What's up, guys? Welcome back to In the Pressbox, episode 66. Roll the music. Okay. All right. Welcome into the podcast. My name is Benjamin. You guys are?
I'm Aiden. Howdy, it's Alex.
All right, guys, let's get started with what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about college basketball, NBA, NHL, MLS, and then round it out with predictions as usual. Let's start off with college basketball. March, you guys, is just around the corner. You're starting to get kind of those conference battles. I know you just watched the Vols. What are you thinking about your Volunteers?
I mean, we're SEC outright champions, first time since 2008. I mean, it's pretty good. We're living life. We're the best team in college basketball right now. Living life.
I would say it's more like Purdue, but I mean Tennessee's been doing really good. As of lately, they've had one of the hardest schedules to close off the season. And I think they've done well by winning all of those games, and I think they're going to win against Kentucky.
Personally, in my opinion, Purdue, besides Zach Edey, is a little bit kind of almost like a little bit shallow. I feel like I like Tennessee's depth. Now, I'm not a Tennessee fan, obviously, as people already know, but I do like what Tennessee has going for them with the depth. I don't really know who's the best team. I still am putting, if I had to put my money on, I'm putting it on North Carolina eventually to get it figured out. But as of right now, Tennessee is one of the top teams in college basketball, in my opinion, with that depth. What are you guys thinking about some of this conference action? You've got, kind of some of these lower conferences started. I think it was Lipscomb season ended last night. Do you guys ever watch some of those smaller conference games? Kind of about some of those teams where you got to win the conference to get in. I find those sometimes interesting. I know you're talking about, Alex, earlier. You watch like the ESPN Plus broadcast sometimes, and those you can find those on there. So those are kind of interesting. Do you guys ever watch those?
Yeah, first thing I'm going to say, one that I watch is always the Sun Belt. It's always, last year it was 2 years ago, it was Chattanooga versus Furman, and it was like one of those ones where the winner gets in, and Chattanooga hit a half-court three to win the game and go to March Madness, which in a very dramatic fashion. And also, last game, Eastern Kentucky, they've had one of the best seasons they've ever had. But they're one of those conferences you have to win, and they didn't win. They lost in a shocking upset in the first round, or the first game of the playoffs, and they're done. So it's kind of sad for those kind of good teams that necessarily can't just get in because of the record alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. It's like the strength of schedule plays a factor. I saw something the other night about Akron or whatever. They were kind of struggling there. I think that they actually did lose. I forget who they lost against, but it was a shocking upset for Akron. And, it just doesn't look good for Akron. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So college basketball there, we kind of have that. We've talked about that. We'll have the full preview kind of coming up next in future episodes. Now let's talk a little bit about kind of some NBA and NHL here. The final stretch is approaching in the NBA regular season. The final stretch here is coming. Then we have a question about Kevin Durant. I was talking with someone at school about this, and it is an interesting question. So we'll see. I'll get you guys' thoughts on that. But first, let's kind of talk about the NBA. Where are you guys feeling about some of these teams? How are the Grizzlies doing, would you say? They've had a rough season with the injuries. What are you thinking about the Grizzlies?
One of the most injured team ever, but it doesn't matter. We're tanking for Dalton Connect, and next year it's going to be Grizzlies' year.
I think the Grizzlies suck. They haven't been able to do anything this year, and I mean, their roster is not the best. I mean, obviously people are injured, but I feel like just like the Brooklyn Nets, it's not as powerful. The Brooklyn Nets, I mean, it's not as stacked as the Harden, Durant, and Irving trio, but they had John Morant, they had Steven Adams, they had Jaren Jackson Jr., and they've had many other great stars like Desmond Bain that could be helped. I think they had a good, talented young team, and I think that's all falling apart by getting washed players like Derrick Rose and John Morant who can't keep healthy or in the league without being suspended. So I think Grizzlies are not tanking for Dalton Connect. They're not tanking at all. This is actually how they're trying, and this is actually how they're performing, and it's terrible. And they're going to lose against the Hawks next game on Friday. That's my thought.
That Steven Adams done on the Grizzlies done more.
Exactly. They blew that away. He got traded because they didn't need he kept getting injured. It proves my point. You can't keep the good players healthy, you can't win a game. So you're gonna either fire your Jenkins coach or whatever, but you gotta start winning. You gotta start doing something. You can't just expect to tank and get Dalton Connect. You gotta do more.
Okay, my next question here is you're kind of talking about the stacked Brooklyn Nets team. Do you guys think that Kevin Durant is a leader? I've seen a lot of people debating about this. Some people say Steph Curry carried him. Others said he was a leader, but he kind of did struggle in Brooklyn. And that big three, I was talking with someone about that the other day. I was thinking, wait a minute here. Like, they had Durant, Kyrie, and Harden on one team, and they could not get the job done. And that's interesting, but in my opinion, the problem is that you got a lot of just kind of colorful personalities there in that locker room, and a lot of kind of superstars. They all clash heads. Everybody wants to be the star, and someone needed to take ownership and leadership, and no one did it. And everybody was looking at Kevin Durant. He was the main orchestrator, and he never took leadership. So personally, in my opinion, I don't think Kevin Durant is necessarily a bad leader, but I don't think he's a bona fide leader like Stephen Curry or LeBron James, someone that you can build a franchise around. I'm not building my franchise around Kevin Durant. That's my hot take.
That's because he was a product of Rick Barnes.
Be careful. Aiden, I'm thinking good thoughts for you.
Okay, I don't think he's doing anything.
Alex, you think Kevin Durant's a leader?
Yeah. His teams have won, which makes him a leader.
His teams has been stacked teams. You got the greatest team of all time, the 2017 Golden State Warriors. He goes to these teams and he's like sort of a bandwagon where he wants to go. I mean, what has he done? He's on the Suns now with Devin Booker and all this stuff. I mean, they just went to the finals not that long ago. I mean, if he were to leave again, I'd say he would go to the Nuggets or something.
No, he would have went to the Nuggets before it, and he went to the Suns.
Oh no, the Suns won't work out, so he'll go to the Nuggets. Benjamin
That's
agrees.
really good.
I agree with Aiden 1,000%. Here's what's gonna happen. Bold
You'll just
prediction.
watch bachelor players that can't ever play, so y'all get
Bold
jealous.
prediction. Here's what happens. It's the same story, same cycle over and over with Kevin Durant every single time. It's okay. You win a lot of games, right? Because he's a good contributor. He's a really great player. He's just not a great leader or something, right? You win a bunch of games, he jumps ship. You win a bunch of games, okay, with the Warriors. He's like, okay, I'm looking for a new adventure. Good. That's good. That was a good move for his career, right? Can I become a leader? Can I break my name away from Stephen Curry and say, I am the number one player? So then he goes to the Nets. That project fails. So watch. Aiden's exactly right. He'll be with the Suns. They'll start losing. They're underperforming already this year. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to start losing. It'll become restless. He jumps ship, and he'll join somewhere like the Clippers or the Nuggets. Just watch. I know it's going to happen. Somewhere like that, you're about to get Kevin Durant. Just give it like a couple of seasons, and he's going to jump ship. Or retire. I wouldn't be surprised, but probably he's going to jump ship. So, I don't know. Good player. I just don't know about the leadership necessarily. But, I mean, that's just us looking on the outside, so I don't really know. Let's also talk about the NHL. Preds win streak stopped at 8, and then the NHL trade deadline. Ryan Johansson was just cut today. He's now a free agent, so very surprising. Kind of a short-lived career for Ryan Johansson, but Preds had that win streak going. We were saying on the podcast last week, that's going to stop with the Avalanche, surely. Like, there's no way they're winning out. Well, they proved us wrong, or they at least proved me wrong, and they won out. And then took a tough loss to Canadians, but this team is on fire, guys, right now. They got a 75%. It's jumped from 35% to 54 to 75. I've been keeping notes on this because each episode we do, their chances are increasing by like 10, 20 plus. So Preds are doing great right now. What do you guys think about the Preds?
One sec. My cat just knocked something over.
I have to go intermission. Okay. Well, we'll get their thoughts on the Preds coming up soon. NHL trade deadline. I saw Tarasenko was traded today, so it's going to be kind of interesting pickup there for the Panthers. They're loaded now there with the Senators kind of trading away Tarasenko, but it's going to be interesting to see how this works out for the Panthers, who are now loaded and should be doing pretty well. All right, now they're back. Guys, what do you think about the Preds? And then we got to move quickly because my computer's about to die. So
We've been doing, we've been playing well, doing good. I mean, yeah, we lost to the Canadians, but we kind of controlled that game a good amount, and we lost in overtime. So we still haven't lost flat out yet. So I mean, we're doing good. U Saros is playing really well, and if we just play like this, continue on, we can be really underdogs. Or if we really keep on doing this, maybe get to that third, second spot in the Central Division, and then we can see us just making our way and potentially Stanley Cup playoffs or Stanley Cup finals.
I mean, I think it's sort of where it's like it's going to be hard. I think it's going to come down to the wire at the end of the season, and always does. We're not going to go on. I doubt that we're going to go on a huge win streak that will make us a really good spot in the playoffs. And I think that it's going to end up being down to the wire, maybe like down 2 to 3 games of getting in the playoffs. And I think we are. And it's going to be very stressful. I've been stressed today already earlier in the day, but nothing as stressful as seeing your favorite team 2 to 3 games with other teams in the playoff hunt. So it's always just going to be interesting to see. That's what my thoughts are. Benjamin?
His computer just died. Okay, well, we can leave this for a sec.
Or we can just talk, and then he should come back. He should come back.
So, what are we talking about?
We were talking about the Predators in the playoff in the NHL. Is there anything else you want to talk about while we wait on Benjamin?
Predators in the NHL. We've played great. Now let's move on. Let's move on to NFL here. Pretty sure that's what's next up for our list. Well, it's actually Melissa, and I think he'll know more about that. So NBA or NFL. We saw Zach Ertz. He just got a 1-year contract with the Commanders.
And Jason Kelsey.
He officially retired. Also, we have Tre'Davious White. He got cut. So, what are you kind of thinking? And maybe some free agents like updates or whatever that you see. Michael Pittman got franchise tagged.
Yeah, I saw that. A few people got franchise tag, and I think I saw that T. Higgins also got franchise tag. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's really disappointing. I know we were talking about the podcast earlier episodes that franchise tagging was bad, and as a Titans fans, we would love to see T. Higgins being brought in by Callahan, his former offensive coordinator, and now that won't happen. So I think franchise tagging has been popular so far this free agency, and now Benjamin joins us once again. Did your computer die?
No, it got to 1%.
Okay,
So I had to unplug the mic that we spent an hour installing.
Did you hear my whole spiel about the Predators, how they're in the hunt, and it's going to be very stressful because I've already been stressed today?
No, but I do know you've been stressed today.
I have.
About what?
About a chemistry test.
That was today.
It's an inside joke. Don't worry about it. Alex, we were just talking about the NFL and the free agency. Is that what we still want to talk about?
No, we could.
Yeah, I never included that. That was really dumb of me. But I heard you guys mention Jason Kelsey.
MLS. I didn't want to talk about MLS without you.
No, I know. I was just saying. I did hear you guys mention Jason Kelsey. So it's a good retirement speech there that he gave. Good career. Okay. All right. Now do we go on to MLS, or are you guys gonna finish up your little NFL thing?
Yeah, we good.
All right. Let's move on to MLS. I mean, guys, what is going on with Nashville SC? Like this is just not acceptable. Alex, yes, I saw it. I don't have time to explain that, so I'll explain it right now. This just dumb. Like, Nashville SC is a money. You know, they're trying to get that money, and I understand, but for the supporters, I understand there's a business side of things, but for the supporters, I mean, this is rough. So, in case people don't know, you know, a little backstory here. A lot of people are really frustrated this week with kind of the front office at Nashville SC. They've had, and again, that's not everybody at Nashville SC. That's just more of the front office, and you know, maybe that's CONCACAF with some of the stuff, but some of this stuff is interesting. So, first off, people are angry about, you know, you've got the insane ticket prices, you know, raising, because now you're kind of kicking out like the supporters from the beginning and all this stuff, because not everybody's paying, you know, whatever they're asking to go to a game. So they're already mad about that. And then today, the one that really set people off is they took in the summer 2 sections of the supporter section, converted them to seats, okay, and then said, okay, well, that's just a sitting supporter section now. That was a lie, it turns out. Now they're saying Inter Miami fans can be in those sections right next to the supporter section where there's no barricade or anything, and you can put your Inter Miami, you know, fans and whoever right there amongst the Nashville SC fans in the supporter section. So they just effectively said we're shrinking the supporter section by 2 full sections today. And then they released a statement. Everybody's angry, and they said, sorry, guys, we made a mistake, and it was never actually a supporter section. It was really just we converted some of the supporter section to seats. So now everybody's like, well, you're gaslighting us. So that's kind of like where we stand on that. You know, fans are not happy, I think, for understandable reasons. There's stuff behind the scenes. I know that it's a business. But, guys, I mean, come on. Like, we can be a little bit better with maybe a little bit more transparent with stuff like this. So I understand both sides, but I really do understand the fan side because it's not okay, my opinion.
Well, personally, what I think about that, I think Nashville SC has the complete right because, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, and my Inter Miami fans are going to do that. But what Inter Miami fan is going to do that? Why are they just going to wear a Nashville or Inter Miami jersey to quote unquote right beside the supporter section? Like, that's just dumb.
I mean, to answer that question, that happens almost every single game where you kick someone out of a supporter section for doing stuff exactly like that.
Yeah,
so
they're kicked out and they're done.
So tons of people do it, but that's the problem. You can't kick them out. They can do it. That's what everybody's mad about. If it's not like where you used to be able to kick them out, now you can't. The other thing is you can't market something and say buy your season tickets for a supporter section and say, wait a minute, it was never a supporter section. That's a whole different experience. So their season ticket people are trying to get refunds right now because they mismarketed completely. That's the problem. If they would have just said from the start that it was a seating section, I mean, I guess I get it, but they mismarketed. They essentially just kind of scammed. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's an example. It's like saying,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, okay, great one. It's like saying, okay, if you buy these seats, you're in the student section, and it's like right in the student section, like it's right there. Right, but then you switch up and say, wait a minute, no, we can allow Alabama fans right by the Tennessee student section, and all the season ticket holders know you just bought regular seats. You didn't buy student section seats. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's what people are complaining about. There's a good example. Like, you do not want Alabama fans right by your student section. I know you don't. So that's what people are mad about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then next thing that I was going to ask you guys about is, did you see the Hani Mukhtar new contract? There, 2027, it looks like we've signed him for, according to sources that are pretty legitimate on Twitter. Like, Fabrizio Romano is about as legitimate as it possibly can get in soccer. So that's good. That's good. He may retire as an NSC player. I'm very surprised. I thought he would have made the move to Europe, but Fingers crossed. It looks like he's going to retire with us. So it's very, very shocking. Do you guys have any final thoughts on MLS or anything?
I personally don't.
I don't.
Okay,
I'll watch it. MLS.
let's
Tomorrow,
go.
they're gonna be in FS2.
Yeah, game's on FS2.
So I'll watch tomorrow at 8.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
brother has a game at 7. I'll be catching it.
Okay, first game here in our predictions. Alex, do we have the prediction standings or no?
Not updated. I wasn't able to get it packed on time.
Okay.
But I probably won because I won the Creighton thing because Creighton won.
I'm pretty
But
sure we have this weekend and next week. Next week is our last week.
That's right, but I thought my only question, Aiden, is I thought I did win something though with 2 points, too. I know you won the Creighton one, but then I won something else. Wait, let me look. I did. I'll tell you. I'm gonna go literally look.
Devils versus
Oh,
Kings.
Kings. I said Kings win.
But Aiden got 4 points.
Kings destroyed.
And the 2 points you got just went back to Aiden, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Aiden didn't wager, so. It's just me getting on the loser end of that.
okay. It's okay, Alex. There's always
I
next.
guess I'm
There's
on.
always next cycle. Kansas
So,
versus.
Benjamin, since you are losing, and I don't want it to be worse, I'm not going to do prediction standings.
Okay. Kansas versus Houston. Who do you have in this one?
There you have it. I have Houston.
I have the Rockets here.
I have Houston in the number 1 team in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky versus Tennessee. Who do you guys have in that one?
I have Tennessee.
I had the team that Benjamin glazes, University of Tennessee.
First one, I don't know. I'm so distracted. I had Houston first one, second one I have Tennessee. I don't know if I said Houston first one. North Carolina.
I said Kentucky on the interview we did.
North Carolina and not in this game though. No. North Carolina and Duke. Who do you have?
I have Duke.
NC.
Yeah, I got North Carolina in this one.
Aiden, wager.
You're losing right now, Alex.
Wager.
I mean, I don't think I
I'm
want
really
to.
desperate.
Wager.
I don't have anything that I need that I.
Benjamin, I can switch to Duke if you want to wager right now.
No, I don't want to wager that. No way. I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying that for like tactical advantages. I'm just saying that because I feel like that game's like 50-50 every time. No, I'm not wagering. Try to convince Aiden.
On a finger, like Tennessee did tonight.
Yeah, try everything you want. I'm not gonna wager. Utah, New Mexico, and Utah State. I got New Mexico.
I don't know why you keep putting that team on there, but I have Utah State.
I kind of glazed them all a bit. They're kind of like my new, TCU.
Okay, well, since they're not going to be in the
Hold on,
playoffs,
baby.
this is your last regular season game, and there's not going to be any playoffs for y'all. So y'all's time is getting up. So I'll go with Utah State. Last time you can wager on them, so let's do it now. Let's wager for New Mexico.
If I'm being honest, I'm not trying to play tactical, but that's a really 50-50 game. I'm not going to win.
Because you're not confident in your own team.
I'm not. Yeah,
Seems
exactly.
like a wimp that doesn't know how to root for
Going
his own
into
team.
Utah State is a tough environment. Utah State, those fans are
A tough environment with 5 people.
Have you ever seen the Utah State environment?
What is New Mexico used to, like 3 people, and now Utah has 6?
Have you ever seen the Utah State environment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come to Thompson Bowling Arena, baby. Tell them to come to Thompson Bowling Arena.
Go tell a majority of college football fans go tell a majority of college basketball fans and say, does Utah State have a good atmosphere, and see what you get.
I don't care if they said yes. Tell them to come to TBA.
I don't care. I was never talking about Tennessee in the first
TBA.
place. All right, Celtics and the Suns. Who do you have?
I have the Suns.
Since y'all can't see me like Kevin Durant, I'll do it here. The Suns.
Yeah, I got the Suns as well. 76ers and the Knicks. I'm gonna go with the 76ers.
I'm gonna go
Close.
I'm going to go with the Knicks.
The Knicks. 76ers are losing tonight to the Grizzlies.
Timberwolves versus the Lakers. This is a close one. Who you guys have?
I have the Timberwolves. I think they're one of the best teams in the league right now.
Yeah, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Timberwolves as well. Lakers, they've been doing okay, but Timberwolves, you're right, one of the best teams. Hurricanes and the Devils. I'm gonna go with the Hurricanes. Devils recently just fired their head coach, so I'm gonna go with the Hurricanes.
I'm going to go with the Hurricanes as well.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hurricanes.
Predators and the Blue Jackets. I got the Predators.
I have the Predators.
I have the Predators.
Penguins and the Bruins. Give me the Bruins.
I have the Bruins. Alex, will you please
I
put
have
your
the-
base in the game?
I had the Bruins.
Oilers and the Penguins. Going back, I'm gonna go with the Oilers again. Sorry, Penguins fans.
I'm going to go with the
I'm
Oilers.
going with the Oilers. And can I shout out the Grizzlies tonight? I mean, we just were talking bad about them. But this game, they're against 76ers, they have a 29-11 fourth quarter. So, they
Well,
again,
Did you guys? Hold on, really quick. I know you guys probably didn't see that, but did you see the Cavaliers game last night?
No, what was it?
This one player scored, I think, like 21 points or something in the fourth quarter, and they came from like 20 down. The Cavaliers to beat the Celtics. That was insane. That was actually one of the best. That was probably the best basketball game I've actually seen all year. I know it's not the best, but the one that I've seen that I've watched. You know what I mean? Okay.
Why did you mainly watch that game?
Predators in the Wild. Who do you have? I'm gonna go with the Preds.
I'm going to go with the Predators.
Predators. That game's gonna be on TV. ESPN.
That's right.
Pretty sure, right? Or is it TNT?
I don't. I think it was TNT, but I don't know. It's national in one way or another. New England Revolution versus the Atlanta United. This is a tough one for me, but Atlanta United's opening up at home. Give me ATL.
I have Atlanta United.
I have United too. Wait, let me double check. Revolution.
Oh, now would you want to wager?
No, because it's gonna go to tie.
Okay. Well, if it goes to tie, then what does it matter? No one gets anything in the first place.
It's pointless.
I don't understand. You're begging me to wager, and then I offer you to wager, and you say I'd make 0 sense. Just stay down at the bottom. Stay down at the bottom, buddy.
Oh yeah, Dean Wade that did it, right? It was Dean.
Yeah,
Wade.
that's right.
Yeah, it was like 4 points a game, and he just went off.
Yeah, CF Montreal versus Inter Miami. Who do you have?
I have Inter Miami.
Inter Miami in the trot. Inter Miami in the trot.
I have Inter Miami, but unlike Orlando, and where I completely swung and missed on that prediction, CF Montreal will make it very close because Inter Miami is going to be tired, and Joseph Martinez. I'm a big Joseph Martinez fan with Montreal there. LA Galaxy, Nashville SC, final prediction. I'm going to go with NSC. In this one, Galaxy are really good, though, guys. So Nashville SC's lucky here. I'm trying to hold out the positive vibes, but I go with the Galaxy.
I'm going to go with Nashville SC.
I'm going with Nashville SC, and also right here, I mean, I have Nashville Predators versus the Wild, 2:30 this Sunday, Central on TNT. And also, so y'all, are you gonna be watching, Benjamin?
I won't.
Watch.
I'm gonna be at the Galaxy NSC game.
What time is that?
I think it's 2:00 Central Time on Apple TV.
Oh. I mean, I think we were all gonna say Nashville SC, so technically it really doesn't matter. But we should add the Inter Miami versus Nashville SC game.
You want for tomorrow night?
Yeah. Do y'all have Nashville SC?
I mean, I'm not gonna pick against Nashville SC. You know that.
Aiden, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to add it.
It's just
All right.
I don't want to go to the game and be like, well, we lost, but hey, at least I got my prediction right. Like, I don't want to do that. So
I do that.
You do that. Does that kind of make you happy if the Vols lose though? Then you get everything wrong. You get not only did you lose.
No, I don't do that because this year we don't really lose that much.
I know. I'm just saying, like, certain losses in the past, like that Vanderbilt buzzer beater last year, must have really stunk.
No, it was the time was expired and it was freaking ridiculous. We missed our shot. Like,
It's tough. I know. Missed shots. They do matter. Actually, wait, really quick before we end, can someone tell me how's Vescovy doing?
he's doing good. He didn't get too much points, but that's good. He's getting assists and feeding Dalton Connect.
I'm
But
kind of a, I'm kind of a, I'm kind of a Vescovy fan a little bit because he's been there for like 6 years now. So
yeah, next year, um, yeah,
hopefully
he'll
we can go to
retire
like
last
a
game of
better
the
place,
conference.
better organization. I'm hoping good things for that man.
Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or
He's
concerns,
been
please leave
swayed the
them.
wrong way. He's been swayed the wrong way. Like go away from stuff like that. Like he's been temptations to go in the wrong way. Just saying.
What?
Go door. Join the black and gold.
Any questions, comments, or concerns, please um, email us, tealeys5588@gmail.com, but it'd actually be better if you visit our Instagram, DM us personally there. All of our socials are in our link tree down below in our description, whether you're watching on YouTube or whatever, actually. So thank you guys thank you guys for watching. I'm Alex. See y'all later.
I'm Aiden. Goodbye.
Thank you guys for watching. Go Vols.